this lecture we'll see how to solve certain problems related to LTI system analysis using Z transform. And the question is, determine the step response of an LTI system whose impulse response is given by h of n equal to minus 1 raised to n into u of n plus 2 minus u of n minus 3. So we are asked to find the step response, and we are given the impulse response of the system, and we know the relation between the step response and impulse response in Z transform, that is the relation connecting S of Z and H of Z. So first we have to take H of Z, that is the Z transform of the given impulse response. And if you see this function, see, first we have to express this H of n in a standard form so that we can take its Z transform, and H of n is given by minus 1 raised to n into u of n plus 2 minus u of n minus 3. And this minus 1, we are going to make some adjustments so that the power of minus 1 can be expressed as n plus 2 for the first term and n minus 3 for the second term. Okay, so first we have opened the bracket, and now we have two terms, minus 1 raised to n into u of n plus 2 minus 1 raised to n into u of n minus 3. Now the first term, the minus 1 raised to power is expressed as n plus 2. So here we are adding plus 2. So to cancel that effect, we are multiplying with minus 1 raised to minus 2. Similarly, for the second term, minus 1 is raised to n minus 3. And we are adding minus 3 here, n minus 3. So to cancel its effect, minus 1 raised to 3 is multiplied with. Okay, so now when we rearrange, we get h of n in equal to, we know minus 1 raised to minus 2 is 1 plus 1 itself. Therefore, we can write this as minus 1 raised to n plus 2 into u of n plus 2. And in the second term, here we have minus 1 cube, which is going to be minus 1. So minus minus plus, plus or minus 1 raised to n minus 3 u of n minus 3. Now see, if you can see, this h of n is in a standard form, and we can directly take the Z transform using the time shifting property. Therefore h of Z is Z square, first term it is Z square divided by 1 plus Z inverse. For the second term, it is Z raised to minus 3 by 1 plus Z inverse. Combining, see, the denominator is the same for both the terms, therefore combining we get it as Z square plus Z raised to minus 3 by 1 plus Z inverse. Okay, and we know the relation connecting, what we need is the step response S of n of the system, and the relation between S of Z and H of Z is S of Z equal to H of Z divided by 1 minus Z inverse, and that is Z square plus Z raised to minus 3 divided by 1 minus Z inverse into 1 plus Z inverse. Therefore, see, the denominator is of the form a plus b into a minus b. It is grouped as a square minus b square. So 1 minus Z raised to minus 2. Now the numerator and denominator, it is multiplied with Z square. So we get S of Z is equal to Z raised to 4 plus Z inverse by Z square minus 1. Okay, now if you observe this S of Z, it is having a numerator polynomial and a denominator polynomial, and the power of the numerator, the order of the numerator polynomial is greater than the order of the denominator polynomial. Okay, so first, so therefore S of Z, we say it is an improper polynomial. Okay, so we have to make it a proper polynomial. So we can make use of long division to express S of Z as the sum of a proper rational function and a polynomial in Z. And the long division process is shown here, that is numerator Z raised to 4 plus Z inverse, denominator Z square minus 1. Okay, so first we take the first term Z raised to 4 divided by Z square, and it is Z square. So multiplying Z square with these two terms, Z raised to 4 minus Z square. Now from this term you have to subtract this Z raised to 4 minus Z square. So when we do the subtraction, we get Z square plus Z inverse. Okay, now with this we have to divide Z square minus minus 1. See, the first term is z square, so we are writing a plus 1 here. 1 into z square minus 1, it is written here. Now when we do the subtraction, we get z raised to minus 1 plus 1. Okay, so this we can see it is having a power less than this z square minus 1. Therefore we can say this is a remainder of our division, and this is the quotient part. Okay, therefore we can express s of z as z square plus 1 plus z inverse plus 1 by z square minus 1. Okay, now when we rearrange this, we get s of z as 1 plus z square plus 1 divided by z into z minus 1, because see this can be 1 by z plus 1, that is 1 plus z by z, and z square minus 1 is z plus 1 into z minus 1. Therefore the z plus 1 in the numerator and denominator cancels, and we get in this form. Okay, now when we take z outside the numerator term, we have a z square in the denominator, and the term in the second term in the denominator is going to be 1 minus z inverse, and when we take that z square to the numerator, we have z raised to minus 2 in the numerator. Okay, now this s of z is in a standard form, so we can directly take the inverse, and when we take inverse of this s of z, the inverse of for 1 is, we know, impulse function delta of n, and z square can be considered as z square into 1. Therefore it is the z transform of a shifted delta, and its inverse is delta of n plus 2. And when we consider the third term, see, z raised to minus 2 is multiplied with 1 by 1 minus z inverse, and we know 1 by 1 minus z inverse is the transform of u of n. Okay, and when it is multiplied with z raised to minus 2, we know it is shifted by 2. Therefore the inverse of this third term is u of n minus 2. Okay, now moving to the next question. A causal discrete time LTI system is described by y of n minus 3 by 4 y of n minus 1 plus 1 by 8 y of n minus 2 equal to x of n, where x of n and y of n are the input and output of the system respectively. Determine the system function h of z for causal system function, the impulse response h of n of the system, and find the step response of the system. Okay, so in this question we are given a difference equation representation. So taking z transform on both sides of this equation, we get y of z of this difference equation, first term y of z minus 3 by 4 z inverse into y of z plus 1 by 8 z raised to minus 2 into y of z equal to x of z. So taking y of z outside, we can write y of z into 1 minus 3 by 4 z inverse plus 1 by 8 z raised to minus 2, and that is equal to x of z. Therefore the system function h of z is y of z by x of z, and that is 1 divided by 1 minus 3 by 4 z inverse plus 1 by 8 z raised to minus 2. Okay, now this system function we are multiplying, see the numerator, we can say we are multiplying numerator and denominator with z square. Therefore we get z square divided by z square minus 3 by 4 z plus 1 by 8. Okay, now 1 z is taken to the left side, that is h of z by z equal to z divided by, the denominator polynomial can be expanded or factorized as z minus 1 by 4 into z minus 1 by 2. Okay, now this expression we are going to do partial fraction expansion on this. Okay, that is the term in the right, it is a proper fraction. Now on partial fraction expansion, we can write it as a1 divided by z minus 1 by 4 plus a2 by z minus 1 by 2, and on expansion we get a1 and a2 value as minus 1 and 2. Therefore h of z by z can be written as minus 1 by z minus 1 by 4 plus 2 by z minus 1 by 2, and taking this z to the right, we get h of z equal to minus z by z minus 1 by 4 plus 2z by z minus 1 by 2. And when we take z outside the denominator term, the z in the numerator and z in the denominator which is taken outside cancels. Therefore what we get is this form, that is minus h of z equal to minus 1 divided by 1 minus 1 by 4 z inverse plus 2 divided by 1 minus 1 by 2 z inverse. And we can take the inverse z transform to get h of n, which is minus of 1 by 4 raised to n into un plus 2 into 1 by 2 raised to n into un. And this is the impulse response of the system. Now we need to get the step response. We know the relationship between S of z and h of z is S of z is h of z divided by 1 minus z inverse, and it is 1 divided by 1 minus z inverse into 1 minus, that is the denominator of h of z. And when we multiply with z cube, see, numerator we have z cube, denominator the terms are factorized, z minus 1 because of this term and the factors of the square term, okay, this polynomial. So it is z minus 1 by 2 into z minus 1 by 4. So again we can say this is an improper fraction because numerator and denominator polynomial are having the same power. So we are taking z to the left side, s of z by z equal to z square divided by the three terms in the denominator. Now using partial fraction expansion we can express in this form, and a1, a2, a3 values are evaluated. Therefore we get s of z in this form, as that is s of z by z equal to 8 by 3 by z minus 1 minus 2 by z minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 by z minus 1 by 4. And this z is taken to the right. So s of z, we have this expression again as we have done earlier. Then z is taken from the denominator term to express in standard form of z transform, and the z and z in the numerator and denominator which is taken outside cancels. Therefore we are getting in this form s of z. Now if you observe, the three terms are standard z transform functions, okay, that is standard z transform, and we can directly write the inverse z transform using the relationship. Therefore when we take inverse z transform of s of z, we get s of n, which is the step response, and that is for the first term 8 by 3 into u of n minus 2 into 1 by 2 raised to n into u of n plus 1 by 3 into 1 by 4 raised to n into